Namaskar, Vanakkam. The Tirumular and Tirumandirams and Patanjali Yoga Sutra session. Today we look at the third one, third Anga, Asana. Right now, currently throughout the world, yoga means asana. Right? Whenever when I say I want to go for yoga class, it means I am going for an asana class. Generally, what people think yoga means asana. But it's just one of the angas in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. So that is in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And out of the 195 sutras, if asana is given so importance, Patanjali Maharishi should have given more sutras to the asanas. See, out of say if there is 100-mark paper, let's say you know in from one chapter only 2 marks is coming or 1.5 marks is coming or 2 marks is coming out of 100-mark paper. How much will you read that chapter? Actually, most of us will skip, but we still have to read, right? Similarly, out of 195 sutras, for asana, Patanjali Maharishi has given only 3. Same, even in Tirumala Tirumandiram, out of 3030 sutras, only around 7 or 8 sutras is there for asana. So, but still we will see, it's so important right now because we are not doing any other activity. Right? That's why asana has become a prominent place in the current world. Okay, so let's see what is asana. Patanjali Maharishi doesn't explain any of the asanas. How to do any of the asanas, he just not even cares about. But all he says is 3 sutras is given how to do the asanas. Well, he doesn't specify Padmasana, Trikonasana, nothing, how to do, not like that. He just gives an overall guideline how to do any asana, right? And the third sutra, he talks what happens when you do the asanas. Okay, but in Tirumala Tirumandiram, he just says there are a list of asanas and he explains few of the meditative asanas, right? Then we will see. Okay, why asanas is defined by the ancient Maharishis? They want to sit comfortably for long time, right? For meditation, even for long hours, long weeks or long months also, years also, right? So when you sit comfortably, body has to be straight because the spine has to go, energy has to go along the spine straight. So when you are sitting and when you lose the body consciousness, there is a tendency to drop. So the body has to be still. That is the purpose asanas were created, so that our body can be still, tall, so that energy can move on. One of the main purpose of asanas is that it aids the meditation. Okay, we will see what is the difference in the Patanjali's and Tirumala. Sthira Sukham Asanam. See, asana in any language, in Indian language, it means, see, people who don't know about anything about yoga, you go and ask somebody, asan, matlab, what does it mean? A place to sit, a place where you can sit, like a sofa, where you sit comfortably and relax. So that is asan. That's like a colloquial term, asan grahan kijiye, sit, right? Sthiram means steadiness. See, it's not coming into the pose and keep moving. See, I'm doing one simple asana, Namaskar asana. I'll explain with this. Sthira. Is my body steady? See, coming into the pose, not moving here and there or stretching too much. No, body comfortable and Breath comfortable. See, breath steady. See, for example, some people do asana. Like when you put more effort, breath, there will be a incoming or outgoing breath, there will be a disturbance. So it should be steady. Breath has to be steadiness in the breath. And the mind, most important, mind comfortable. That is asana. Sthiram. Body, breath, mind, all sthiram. To then sukham. Sukham is what? See, when I am doing this asana, there is no disturbance, there is no discomfort in any part of the body. See, obviously, see here this muscles is getting stretched. So here I am pressing. So these muscles are getting really compressed. But there is no discomfort. Sukham is happiness. See, when you sit in a sofa and watch TV, body is comfortable, right? When body is comfortable, you don't know the weight of the body. So, in any asana, you come to the pose, you be sthira, and then you experience the sukha, the happiness, the balanced, not feeling the body weight. Then it becomes a asanam. Asanam means effortless. Asanam. Sthira, Sukham, Asanam. Then the second sutra, second means for the asanas 2.47, he says Prayatna Shaitilya, very important. When the effort becomes effortless. See, we always do, see in asana, you come into the pose, again namaskar asana, there is effort coming into the pose. But after the pose is established, you relax in the pose. That is most important. Relax in the pose. Then prayatna, you apply effort and then you drop it. And in the mind, relax. Right? Then you experience Ananta Samapatibhyam, experiencing, establishing in infinity. So these four rules, sthira, and my body, breath, mind is steady, is my sukham, is my body, breath, mind is happy, comfortable, balanced. Then prayatna, am I applying effort? And then can I drop it? See, that is a very important skill in life. We keep on applying effort, but you don't know when to relax. Right? Guruji says beautifully. Throughout the day, you keep, throughout the evening, night, you just keep making the bed, relax. But there is no time to sleep. Same thing in yoga class, people generally I've seen in some many other yoga classes, people do 1 hour session, 55 minutes they will be doing asana, 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 asana. There is no time for relaxation. And there should be relaxation. Even yoga nidra, it's a relaxation. Give time. Say when you do 1 hour session, okay, 40 minutes asanas, 15-20 minutes, there should be a relaxation session. Okay, so prayatna shaitilya, then ananta samapatibhyam, experiencing infinity. Then what happens when we do the asanas? Tatha dhanda anabhigataha. Dvanda. See, yoga means union, uniting, right? So, union is oneness, but we live in the world of duality. Me, I am this world. Success, failure, happiness, sorrow, day, night, birth, death. We think all of this exists, right? Dvanda. So, what is yoga? Uniting. And what is the purpose of asana? When the dvanda anabhigataha is undisturbed. It does not means it's is getting rid of the dvanda. Dvanda exists in the world. See, heat and cold, happiness, sorrow, everything exists. But yogi, it doesn't matter to a yogi, like a success or a failure. Whether something happens or doesn't happen. Dvanda doesn't affect him. Anabhigata. Right? So that is what, when you do the asana, prayatna shaitilya, very important. That is what will, I feel, the experience of undisturbedness of the dvanda. When you apply effort and ability to relax. So it's a dvanda, effort and relaxation. So when you keep practicing together, then what happens? Dvanda exists. Patanjali Maharishi doesn't say you get rid of dvanda. Nahin. Anabhigataha means you don't worry. So it happens. Okay. I'm feeling pain. I'm doing asana. Body is feeling pain. And then when I relax, body is relaxed. So you are not worried whether the body is feeling pain or it is comfortable. It doesn't matter to you. You just keep doing your asana. Right? Tatha Dvanda Anabhigataha. Very, very nice sutra. Not explained anywhere else in any other form of yoga. So really I like it. That's why we have to do asanas. Right? Now we will see what Tirumular says about asana. So in the entire Patanjali Yoga Sutra, as I told, 195 or 196 sutras, only these three talks about asana. Right, very important. Again, remember the marks. When there is 2 marks out of for 200, how much you study, but we have to study. So asanas is important because we are not doing any other physical activity, but asana purpose is so you can sit tall in your meditation. See, when Guruji does hollow and empty 45 minutes or someone meditations and all, body gets tired, sick. So, but when you do asana and then sit for meditation, you can stay long. You just experience. Okay. So now coming to Tirumandiram, Adanam. So asanas is referred as Adanam in the third mandiram, 558th shloka. Tirumular starts the how to do asanas. So he says here we will see when we progress how we will see. First shloka he says there are so many asanas. So he is coming to the physical, the how to do the asanas. Patanjali just says the asana, the properties. Here he explains, the sutra explains where to keep the leg and all for few of them. Okay, so it goes பங்கயமாதி பரந்த பல்லாதனம் அங்குள்ளவாம் இருநாளும் அவற்றினுள் சொங்கில்லையாக ஸ்வஸ்திகமென மிக தங்க இருப்ப தலைவனுமாமே. So he says numerous are the asanas. So he just countless are the asanas. Parandapal, lot of asanas, but Padmasana to commence. He the first asana he recommends. Padmasana to commence, and then Angulavam, it's there. Where? He doesn't know, he doesn't tell. He says Angulavam. Iru Nalum, he always talks poetically. Instead of telling 8, he says 4 into 2. Iru Nalum. Avatrinul Songillayaga. Important, without tiredness. With one who practices Swastikasana and established Tanga Irupadu Talevanumam. So he becomes a leader, he becomes a master of the asanas. Or maybe he becomes a leader for the people. So he just says Talevanumam. So Pangayamadi Parandapalladhanam Angullava Irunalum Avatrinul Songillayaga Swastikamena Miga Tanga Irupa Talevanumame. So now he tells the next how to do Padmasan. So Padmasan he explains. Oranai Yappathu Muruvin Meleritar Valithan Melvai Alagura Sirtigal Kaigal Adanai Tan Melvaika Parthigal Padmasana Mena Lagume. Sitting cross-legged with soles. So he says, sitting cross-legged, take one leg இழுத்து இருட்டு. So you have to pull, press and keep both the legs. Keep it both the legs like this. And அழகுற சீர்த்திகள் கைகள். So he explained beautifully. The poetic nature comes. Keep the hand, the beautiful hands, keep it gently on the palms, and that is the most famous Parpugal, the world famous Padmasana. Very nicely he is giving the definition of how to do Padmasana. Then he comes the Bhadrasana. Bhadrasana here there is a difference, so I will explain. துருசில் வலக்காலை தோன்றவே மேல் வைத்து அரிய முழந்தாளில் அங்கைகளை நீட்டி உருசியோடு முடல் செவ்வே இருத்தி பரிசு பெறுமது பத்ராசனமே. So he says generally now in Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Swatmarama, and I think what we generally follow Bhadrasana is both the legs like this, right? But here he just tells what I feel, what he tells is only the one leg, like half Padmasana he calls it Bhadrasana. Valakkal means right leg, he keeps it on top of the left. Ariya Murandalil Angaigalai Neeti. On the stretching the hands over the legs, sit in a posture firm and erect. Urukki udalai mudal sevve iruthi. Whatever is the talarnda udal, whatever is the body which is lagging, you lift it up. Male iruthi means stretch up, and parisu perumadu, you get gift, you get benefit when you do Bhadrasaname, happy posture, right? So that is the Bhadrasana. Then Kukutasana, cock, little difficult for me, you will see. Okka adiyinai uruvillerittu முக்கி உடலை முழங்கைதனில் ஏற்றி தொக்க அறிந்து துளங்கா திருத்திடிர் குக்குட்டாசனம் கொள்ளது மாமே. ஒக்க அடியினை, like the feet on the thighs. So how to do? He says lift the feet on the thighs, keep the hand in between, and mukki udalai, like you have to apply pressure and mulangalil erittu, like you lift the body till your elbows, then it becomes tulangadiruthidu, being steady in the pose, then it becomes Kukutasana. Comes the Singhasana, very nice pose. பாத முழந்தாளிர் பாணிகளை நீட்டி ஆதரவோடு வாய் அங்காந்து அழகுற கோதில் நயனம் கொடி முக்கிலேற சீர்த்திகள் சிங்காதனமென செப்புமே. So stretch the hands over the calf of the leg. Then there are two ways of doing. So generally when people do Singhasanam, just hands on the thighs or on the knees, but important, there are two very important instructions. So Adaravodu Angan, so you look up, meaning eyes on the eyebrows, like Shanmukhi or this mudra, right? Like you are looking up, and Vai Angan, you have to open the tongue. So you feel the power of the Simha. Another place also I have seen, like he just tells both the heels touching. So it can be done like this also. This I also feel is Singha. Same thing, like you open eye on the eyebrows, like that. So that become Singhasaname. Sirtigal Singhasana Singhasanam Dhanam Cheppume. That's the famous Simhasana. Right? So next. How to do asanam? See, he is explaining all the thing. Okay. Now, in the last sutra for the asana, he just explained the list he is giving. Pattiram, Komugam, Pangayam, Kechari, Sottiram, Veeram, Sugadanam, Oredu, Uttama Mamudu Asanam, Ettettu Pattodu Nurubala Asaname. So he is giving 7 list here, the names. Bhadra, Gomukha, Padma, Simha, Swastika, Veera, Sukha. And then he says there are 8 plus 8, 16. Again a poetic. He doesn't say 116. He says 8 plus 8 becomes 16 and then 100. So 100, 8, 8. So 116. Nurubala Asaname. So he just leaves it like that. Whatever is the asana, he's explained few of the asanas, but rest he says he has left it. But another important is how to do asana. Like Patanjali I was explaining, the Siram, Sukham, Asanam, all those things. When you look carefully at the shlokas in between, when he explaining the asanas, he is giving the clues how to do. See, Songillayaga, without getting tired. When he does explain Padmasana, he says Songillayaga, Tanga irpadu, meaning established, staying. See, without getting tired, body is Sukha. Tanga irpadu, established, being balanced, happiness. Seerthegal kaigal. See, he just keeps happy, beautiful hands. He says, no, don't just keep the hand. He says, keep your beautiful hand. So what happens? That innocentness, the gentleness in the asanas comes. Urukki udalai. Then again he says, another shloka he says, Urukki udalai sevve iruthi. Being firm. So you have to be gentle and you have to be firm. Urukkiya udalai, firm the slagging body, sevve iruthi. Right? Then tokka arindu tulanga tiranthidu. Being balanced and without movement, no movement. That is one of the 361 sutra and he explains. He says tokka arindu tulanga tiranthidu. Then another place he is explaining Adarodu. Adarodu is when he is explaining with attachment, with holding, support. Then Alagura Kodil, with beautiful eyes. Alagura Kodil, like maybe it's a poetic nature or the asana should be done gently. It's up to us how do we take. So when Patanjali explains, he just gives 4 things. So here Tirumular, he's giving lot of clues. He saw the asanas of both the Patanjali Maharishi and Tirumular Maharishi. So wait for my next pranayam. Okay, hopefully in practice all of these asanas. And the most important, how to do the characteristic. What is the mental attitude you have to develop when you are doing the asana, right? Maybe I'm thinking after I complete this, I will take Hatha Yoga Pratipika. There, each asana, lot of asanas are explained the technicalities of asanas after this. Okay, now just next what is going to come. My favorite is pranayam in the Patanjali and Tirumular. Tirumular, the pranayam is amazingly. So I'll just share one shloka so you get interested. So, ஐவருக்கு நாயகன் அவ்வூர் தலைமகன் ஒய்ய கொண்டேறும் குதிரை மற்று ஒன்றுண்டு மெய்யாருக்கு பற்று கொடுக்கும் கொடாது போய் பொய்யாரை தள்ளி விழுத்திடும் தானே. Beautiful. He says there is a leader for 5 and he is the of the entire city. He is the boss. Then he says there is a horse which runs. When the horse is running, when a good person climbs on it, it accepts him. If a bad person climbs on it, it won't accept him. It will just make him fall. So what is this horse? What is this five people? And who is the leader? And what is the city? We will see in the next pranaya.